What's up, everybody? It is Matt from ElectricAllWheel, and today we have a brand new Lectric XP3.0. I have been on these bikes for some time, and I am super excited to say that Lectric has invited me out to the media day in October, so we're going to see what they're going to be launching. So really stoked for that, but I wanted to have some fun. We now sell the Dx4. And there are a lot of people out there that are using these bikes as daily commuters, and they like to light them up and go on the glow rides. So there's a lot of room for accessories. So with the Dx4, you get 4 input, 4 output. So we're going to add 3 of the most popular battery variations to the XP 3.0. And then we're going to add 2 of the USB accessories off 2 of the outputs for the Dx4, and then we'll cap the 4th. We're going to have a battery here, and then the traditional 10 amp hour in the perfect spot as if it was made for it. We'll remove all the screws from the rack and then the 2 for the lock. And then we're going to use the bottle cage strap adapters for down tube battery on the frame. So we're hoping to keep a nice center of gravity. We're looking about 35 pound additions. We're not going to break the weight limit for the bike. It will be heavy, but when we're done, if we strap them correctly like I'm thinking, we will still be able to fold the bike with the batteries on there. So that's another plus. So we're going to use the second battery that this bike came with, a step-through Lectric frame battery, the 10 amp hour battery in a bag, and then a 15 amp hour down tube battery. And we're going to get it all tied together with a Dx4. We are pretty excited about this install, a little bit impractical, but there are some people that actually use this because they're running these things days at a time before they actually get to charge. You will have to charge your batteries separately. You are not limited to the amp hours that are chosen. Any amp hour combination of battery will work, so keep that in mind. Keep it in the voltage class. Yes, you can use a 52. Please know that a 52 volt battery is greater than the spec limit for the controller, so do that at your own risk. All of these things do at your own risk, but that one is an untold story, so keep that in mind. If you haven't already, give us a like and subscribe on YouTube. It is our primary, and if you're in the area, check out e-bikes of Tampa Bay, Florida. Get in that Facebook group, make an event, and go for a ride with your friends. Let's get to it. It's been a minute since I've been in a 3.0. So we will need to bring a female end and then a male end of the cables, one for the controller, one for the battery to go out, and that will be factory battery. There's 1 and 2. So we're going to take our plate connector to controller and undo that, and then plug the plate into a cable and the controller into the other. And they will only fit one way because you brought a male and female end up. And that's it. Everywhere. Now I'm just going to see if the bike works. So I'm going to plug these in. Perfect. So I'm going to bring these up through here, and I'm going to place the bag for this thing right here. And like always, we have really gravitated to the bike case, Elasto Beetle bag, cell phone bag, and the reason we like it so much is because it's got this dual zipper situation, which can allow us entry to the bag on either side and then close everything up. So it just really works. It comes with these straps, and so it makes it really convenient. So you can change the orientation and bring that strap to the top and then flip it. I like this because it allows a low entry. There is a stop on the bottom here to hold the flap. So it looks like I can get this in here, but you may consider another set of extension cables just in case. I'm gonna go ahead and do that. This one will be out to the control. You plug those in where it fits. Those are the two that came out of the controller housing. See, and that is what I'm saying, but this is tensioned pretty well, and I don't really want to do that. It feels tight. So now we're going to go ahead and plug in as if we have a third or a second battery, and then we're going to plug in again as if we have a third. And then one more time for the fourth. And since I got 3 XT60 extension cable sets, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this tensioned one out, the one that I've been working on, and then just give it one more. Make it easier on myself. And let's see what it looks like inside. And that will allow for the ability to strap up these cables right here at the bag, and we'll use the battery to help do that. So here are my 3 inputs for my external batteries. The handy dandy trusty 48 volt 10 amp hour battery. And then at the bottom here, I'm just going to make sure that I get my cables into the wrap. And I'm only going to do one wrap around this. You might consider bringing the wrap around this crossbar here. Like so. And then you'll need to get into your battery to get the plug. Go ahead and bring that out. And I'm going to take and plug in one of my battery inputs. So now what I'm going to do is split the bike and then show you that the wheel still works. So that'll be first battery test. Perfect. Now we're going to take our 48 volt 15 amp hour battery, and we have the bike case bottle cage strap adapters. Keep in mind that when you're utilizing these batteries Or you cannot use what would normally come in the bottle cage strap adapter. You're going to need a shallower screw so that the battery can slide over the plate here. So keep that in mind. Some 5mm screws that are necessary to make this work. The head is a bit shallower so it can go into the plate and the battery can slide over. And then we have one down here, and it actually uses the screw that it came with. And what it comes with has a head that is a little bit taller than normal, so it prevents that from actually sliding over. Actually, I'm just going to go ahead and put the battery on this thing, lock it in, and then I sleeve under the cables before the first harness holder for on the undercarriage. And then I'm going to come back and retighten that in just a second. So keep in mind there's only one screw in this bottom strap for the bottle cage adapter, only one screw. So make sure it's straight. And then I give that a lot of pressure so it tensions down. And then come back and redo the front. Get that strap nice and tight. And there you go. You need to think about this in terms of removal of the battery if you're planning to leave the strap. Otherwise, it doesn't matter because it's just easier to remove the battery by removing the strap. So for this application, we're going to take another one of our battery input cables and then just plug that in. I'm going to take and unplug this one, crack the bike in half again, and then show you that it's working. So it will not be the bag battery, it's going to be the battery on the down tube. There we go. So that is functional. Now for our last battery is the second battery that came with the bike. We'll go ahead and grab that out. Here we go. And for this, we need our external factory adapter, and we're going to look at the head of the battery and see where it's positive and negative, and I'm going to put the red on that positive side, just like so. I'm going to look at my clip, and then I'm going to put the opening side on the same side so you can see that it's offset. I'm going to get that down around the edge. Make sure that the clip aligns with the pins here, and then there you go. From there, we're big fans of the Bike Case e-bike battery bag, and that's what we're using. We'll leave a link for this in the description below. And then we just put the battery in here, make sure that the battery is on. And then I just give it a one fold right there and then leave the attachment out, and then it goes onto the rack. So I'm going to turn it over and put my straps. Now that I've seen this, I'm going to re-roll downward. Perfect. And then I'm going to take and plug in my bag connection. I'm going to feed some of that slack into the bag itself. Just have it be there. All right, this one's plugged in. We're going to go ahead and unplug this down tube battery. This battery is not plugged in. And then if you guys would just trust me that that's off, I don't want to split the bike right now. There we go. So that works. That's the second factory battery. Now what I'm doing is just gonna get the cables into a place where they are tied together so that we can remove all of the slack from the externals of the bike. But before I do that, I'm going to add one of our accessory outputs, and this will allow you to have two USB plugs, and it will fit on any one of the Open 3 outputs. Here, just use the female side connector. And yes, you can have more than one. There we go. So now we have 4 extra USB ports. So I'm just binding these to know like a mutual point where they're all going to be the right length. There we go. Something like this, and then I would actually tuck these USB adapters inside and then close this up to the extent. So now you have the ability to have these out, and then you can string your lights or whatever it is that you got going on. And then if not in use, you just put them into the bag itself. There we go. Well, there you have it. We have successfully installed 3 extra batteries in addition to the 1 factory battery for a total of 4 48-volt batteries on this bike. I know a lot of you stuck around for the range calculation, so let's just get to it. So the original battery is 10 amp hours plus 15 of the down tube plus 10 of the handy dandy traditional 10 amp hour 48-volt battery in a bag that we've used across a lot of our bikes, plus another 10 amp hours from a second factory battery, and you get 45 amp hours. And we're going to multiply that by 48 and you get 2,160 watt hours. And then we're going to divide that by 25. The Mica toll constant says it's 25 watt hours per mile ridden at 20 miles an hour, throttle only, and you get 86.4 miles at 20 miles an hour with the addition of 3 extra batteries, 4 batteries total. You are not isolated to this combination of batteries. You can use any battery you want. So if you have a couple of XPs at home and you need 2 on your one ride, you can do the same thing. Just have your extra factory batteries in the back, stack them, do whatever you got to do. If you have a couple of these and you got a bag in the back, maybe some pannier bags, anything you want. This down tube, I really am impressed by the way this stays. The straps for the bike case bottle cage adapters are slip proof, so they help to keep it stable. Yes, it rocks a little bit, but it's on there and it's not going to move, so we really like that. If you haven't already, give us a like and subscribe on YouTube. It is our primary, and if you're in the area, check out E-Bikes of Tampa Bay, Florida. Get in that Facebook group, make an event, and go for a ride with your friends. We will see you at Electric Media Day. Don't forget your suspension seat post from ElectricAllWheel bike case for the Lectric XP 3.0. It is definitely worth it. Thumb throttle as well. We will talk to you next time.